over 700 TSA employees in Puerto Rico right now who are about to miss their third paycheck. And there is a proposal to fund TSA and pay these employees. The Republicans are holding back on it. I think this is a disgrace. Ms. McNeil, President Trump has ordered ICE agents to airports to supplement security during this shutdown, correct?
That's correct.
And those ICE agents are getting paid, correct?
That's my understanding, yes.
And those TSA agents they're supposed to support are not getting paid, correct?
That's correct.
So we have a policy in place where we don't pay the people who are qualified to do the job. As a result, they're missing out, they're not going to work, they're quitting, and we're sending people who are getting paid to do a different job. How is that fair?
I don't think that's policy. That's a matter of not having funding.
It's a matter of not having funding, and there is a proposal to fund it and to solve this problem. But we have a system where we have a group that is paid to watch the lines and then highly trained TSA professionals working for free. Now, you'd agree that a TSA officer is better qualified to handle aviation security than an ICE agent, right?
That's what TSA officers are trained to do.
Right, so we are penalizing the most qualified people. What is TSA doing right now to keep those families who are not getting paid from being evicted?
I'm here today to ask for funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
They're not doing anything, and they're not expressing, and you as an agency head are not expressing support for proposals to fund TSA and delay funding for ICE, who are getting paid. What are they doing?
That is your responsibility to fund the U.S. government.
And there is a proposal in place for that, and Republicans keep rejecting it. What are they doing to help feed those employees and their families?
We're doing
Nothing.
food pantry.
Now, is it true that DHS
donations.
has told state governors that they can't support federal employees with state funds?
That is not true. There are laws in how we can use donated funds, and where they have offered, we've
Has
been able to deploy
TSA
that to
told
support our
governors that they cannot pay TSA employees their salaries?
That is correct. That is a matter of law.
Is that a matter of law or a matter of policy?
It's a matter of law, from my understanding.
Do you support changing that law in the future?
Well, that would be the role of Congress to change laws.
But would you support it? Would you support paying TSA employees in spite of government shutdowns in the future?
I think that we need to look really hard after we come out of the shutdown to ensure that the continuity of our operations.
We have proposals for that, and they have not been voted on. I want to move over to FEMA. Ms. Barden, how many FEMA staff are currently reporting to their workplace but not performing work?
I'm not familiar with your question.
We've seen reports that many FEMA employees are being asked to report to work but not to do any actual work. Is that correct?
Everyone who's reporting to work in my staff is completing the functions that they're allowed to do under the LAPS guidance.
Well, we are concerned to learn that FEMA leadership issued an agency-wide directive last month ordering all activities to cease, including work by staff funded through Disaster Relief Fund, who are still being paid during the shutdown. And these are the very employees responsible for overseeing long-term recovery efforts, like the projects underway in Puerto Rico. These projects operate on strict performance timelines. Every single day counts, and delays are not an option. And this is compounding existing delays caused by the previous secretary's disastrous policy requiring personal approval for FEMA projects over $100,000. And now we're hearing that FEMA staff are just sitting around playing video games and watching TV on the clock. That is a complete waste of taxpayers' money. Now, how is this stop work order impacting long-term recovery for places like Puerto Rico?
I'm not familiar with the exact stop work order. It may be the previous DHS guidance that went out. So I will look into that and get back to you. I understand we do have new leadership.
Okay, thank you. No, you can get back to us on that. And now, because I'm almost out of time, the director of FEMA's recovery office in Puerto Rico was fired last month on the same day as a meeting between then Secretary Noem and our governor. DHS has not provided us or the public with a reason for this termination, and we find it suspicious that FEMA's recovery director for Puerto Rico was fired mere hours after their meeting. Did you have a role in Mr. Garcia Martino's termination?
In my capacity, I'm at FEMA. I'm not privy to how that meeting was, and I was not part of that meeting.
But did you have a role in his termination?
No, I did not.
Do you know why he was terminated?
I'm not familiar with the exact details, but I
We
happy
think
to follow up.
transparency is important, and we find the timing of this suspicious and disruptive to Puerto Rico's long-term recovery efforts. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you.